The Seton Catholic Sentinels have 4 games left to increase their playoff seeding. Tonight, the games don't get any bigger as they welcome in crosstown rival Mesquite. The action coming to you live from John J. McMahon Gym right here on the Seton Catholic Sports Network. Good evening, everyone. I'm Joe Pequeno. So glad you can join us on a great night of basketball from the East Valley here on the campus of Seton Catholic. Tonight, Coach Carter Abey and his squad come in with a record of 17-5, 3-2 in the Desert Sky. They sit in 4th place in one of the toughest conferences in the state. Tonight they welcome in a Mesquite team, 5-2 in conference, 17-3 overall. Seton coming off a road loss to Saguaro. Julian Garcia with 16 to lead the squad. Tonight they welcome in a Mesquite team led by super sophomore Deshaun Middlebrooks, who's putting up over 17 a game. It's the Wildcats and Sentinels as the Sentinels look to snap a 9-game losing streak against Mesquite. We'll have the starting lineups, and the doctor, Adam Perry, will join me coming up right here from John J. McMahon Gym on the Seton Catholic Sports Network. putting up 17-7 on the other side for Seton. No Gio Barone, he's still recovering from that head injury he suffered last week against St. Mary's. Starts with guard Miguel Grijalva. Alejandro Burns will provide some muscle down in the blocks. Number 3, KJ Fauski. You know he can light it up from the outside, as well as Luke Padilla and the man who does it all, Julian Garcia. The referees for tonight's contest, Jorge Brown, Alfonso Parks, and Don Logan. Seton lost both games to Mesquite last year, and this one earlier, or I should say the one earlier this season. And Coach Carter Abey still looking for his first victory and now his 4th attempt against the Wildcats. Wildcats are led by head coach Sean Lynch. Both these teams made the playoffs a year ago, with Mesquite losing in the 4A semifinals to Deer Valley, 67-66. Mesquite won their playoff game, won their play-in game, that is, and then lost in the next round. And we'll tip this one. Garcia down in the blocks. He'll jump it. And Mesquite will start it. And Christian Garvin leads the assault. Sentinels coming out with that tight man-to-man defense. The pass inside, taken away by Burns. Grijalva. Wildcats do a tremendous job getting back in transition. Garcia swings it in the corner. Padilla, release rotation, a little long. Taken the other way by the Wildcats. In transition, Jalen Walnack. Walnack swings it out. Wildcats working the perimeter, swinging it around. Garvin shoots it. Right side. Kobe Bradley swings it to the middle floor. Devon Pless over to Middlebrook. Middlebrook off the glass. And Middlebrook gets called for the offensive foul, and that's a good start for Seton. They would love to see Middlebrook somehow hit the pine early in this one. Sentinels coming off a road loss against Saguaro. One in which you can know for sure Carter Abey and his squad didn't play their best. Back the other way. Shot is missed. Middlebrook down the middle lane. And Middlebrook gets called for the offensive. And he's got 2 quick ones just like that. And if there was ever a scoreless situation where the Sentinels could be thrilled, it's Middlebrook going to the bench quickly with 2 quick personal fouls. Sentinels have lost 9 straight to the Wildcats. Last win was in the 2018-2019 season, 66-60 in overtime. And Garcia right side. Working his way in the lane, swings it over Padilla. Swings it back to Garcia. Garcia. Padilla in the corner, puts it on the court. Swings out to Fauski, picked up immediately. Good defense by Kobe Bradley. Bradley on Fauski and tries to swing it over to Grijalva. And Grijalva. Miscommunication as Mesquite goes back on offense. We welcome into the broadcast the doctor, Adam Perry. Doc, welcome in.
Thank you, Joe. Good to be here.
No score in this one. Pass inside. And another offensive foul. This time it's Devon Pless. So Mesquite, 3 team fouls in the first minute 46. And right now, the Sentinels liking the way this is matching up early. Sentinels without Gio Barone, still recovering from that head injury. Julian from the outside, won't go. Picked up in transition and running the other way. And that's a foul against the Sentinels. On the inbounds, it'll be Jalen Walnack. Devon Pless. Pless will shoot from the outside. That's long. Fauski off him, good attempt, but Kobe Bradley battling underneath. No score. Couple minutes in the books. This Mesquite team averages 65 a game. They like to run and gun. That's what they do. Shot from the outside won't go. How about Alejandro ripping it off the rim? Sentinels average 56 points, shooting 43%, 37% from three, and Garcia misses. Ripped away. Jamar Trotter. Up and down game. Trotter swings it back to Pless. Garvin the other way. Kobe Bradley. Shot is close. No good. Wildcats, another offensive possession. Top of the key, won't go. Garcia outworks Pless. Still no score. Both teams, and Garcia down the lane. And the first bucket of the game is courtesy of Julian Garcia.
Over 3 minutes in as well, and it's just one of those games so far. Just one of those games, and this is going to be a good one down the stretch.
Plus swings it out to Trotter. 20 on the shot clock. Getting in the lane. Looking for the roll off the glass and did not get it. Jalen Wallank. Mesquite brings in some substitutions. Jamel Gutierrez Elias, as well as Michael Cavan Jr. And make no mistake, this one is one of the most heated rivalries in all the AIA. Separated by 5 short miles, and that's a nice driving basket by Ellis, getting to the rack. We're knotted at 2. Big time intensity. Padilla dumps it to Garcia. Julian. Good look, can't knock it down. Rebound, Wallank up the floor, swings it over to Ellis. Ellis puts it on the court, swings it over. Michael Cavan Jr. back to Ellis. Ellis gives up the dribble. Trotter, top of the key, shot is up, shot is good by Carter Melberg. Melberg, long range 3. Melberg, the senior, with the stroke, and it's a 5-2. Wildcats lead. Mesquite always has that great deep bench. Obviously a school right down the road, and
wow.
Julian Garcia.
How about it?
Up and in. And Julian with 4 quick points. Seton, a private school, and that one, it's gonna be a travel call against Ellis. My initial point, Seton, a private school, doesn't have a bigger pool to choose from as Mesquite. So Carter Abe doing a great job. Had his team in the playoffs last year with a record of 15-13, won their play-in game, lost in the next round, and here they are. A year later, 17-5, 3-2 in the Desert Sky. And every game matters for a higher playoff seeding for the Sentinels. Garcia up top, and that one misses from 3. 5-4 ball game, 3:10 left in the first. And Doc, you didn't see it early, but Deshaun Middlebrook, the star for Mesquite, who puts up 17 and 7, 2 quick fouls. Garcia, contact and 1.
Reckless abandon right there from him. He just sent it all the way.
And that looked like it was borderline, could have been called an offensive foul. The refs let it play on. And Julian goes to the line. Sentinels with a 6-5 lead. Garcia, 71% from the free throw stripe with the opportunity. And he is off to a blazing start. He has scored all 7 Sentinels points. And you can tell Mesquite, they're doing a great job of trying to take away the 3 from Seton. Kick out in the corner. Long stroke, and that's knocked down again by Carter Melberg. His second 3, it's an 8-7. Wildcats advantage. Ellis on Padilla. Ellis, long and lanky. Coach Sean Lynch.
Reach around called right there.
And Brock Steele with the personal foul. That's Brock's first.
And how about it from Miguel Grijalva? He'll lay out and stop that pass. Garcia to the corner now, Grijalva. And none of that will matter.
Another foul on the Sentinels away from the ball. Foul call goes against Luke Padilla. So the Sentinels women soccer just playing well tonight, leading 6-0 with 30 minutes left in the second. The men's squad lost earlier, and that one is no good. Good post defense by the Sentinels. And Alejandro stepped on the baseline.
And both of those soccer matches were very, very interesting. And from what I saw, the ladies, I mean, they headed into halftime 5-0. And it's good to hear that they continued their dominant reign into the second half. But now back to this action. The shot, Ellis, no good. Rebounded.
It's Grijalva, shoots it over. Woitis on the court. Burns, and Burns loses the handle. Picked up by Crew Jordy. Jordy running the point for Mesquite. Melberg the other way, and Melberg another good look, and Ellis on the putback. And that's just a hustle move by Mesquite. And you just heard assistant coach Ernie Cornia pleading to his team to box out on the glass, and that's what it's going to take. Tie up on the floor. In favor of the Sentinels. So this is a match where the last couple of years, the Sentinels have always faced Mesquite teams with maybe just a little bit more talent. So in a matchup like this, the Sentinels down a body in Gio Barone. Everyone's got to give 150%. Jackson Bruning in the game, getting some PT. Grijalva picked up immediately. Good tight defense by Jordy. Fauski with no room to shoot, has yet to see daylight. Bruning gets it to Garcia, 5 on the shot clock. Garcia going in, and that's just a great, strong move by Julian Garcia. Right into Trotter, gets the shoulder in, and works it. He's got 9 points. He has scored all the Seton points in this first. Ellis back the other way, misses, and going up and in is Trotter. And it's a 12-9 Mesquite lead. Sentinels will play for the final shot here in the first. Up and down pace, you can feel the intensity. These are two schools, they don't like each other very much. Grijalva picked up by Jordy immediately, inside. Bruning turnaround, misses. Trotter with the rip. Mesquite will play for the final shot. And that one goes off Grijalva out of bounds. 9.7 seconds for Mesquite. Plenty of time as Crew Jordy will set up the Mesquite offense from out of bounds. Works to Trotter immediately. Trotter swings it out. Calvin outside, won't go. And Julian will throw it up at the buzzer. And that one high off the glass, and you cannot ask for anything more from Julian Garcia in that first period.
No.
12-9 Seton deficit. Garcia all 9 points.
Yeah, I mean, Garcia has just been a hustle monster here in the first period, and that's just tremendous that he has scored every single point for the Sentinels. That doesn't come as much of a surprise to me, because honestly, the defense right now of Mesquite is just locked down. KJ Fauski has no room. Padilla has nowhere to go. And, I mean, all the large offensive threats of the Sentinels are being shut down right now, besides, of course, the big unit, Garcia.
And on the other side for Mesquite, Carter Melberg came off the bench, and Melberg, a senior guard, did a nice job. He was left open, and here's a young man that came in and knocked down a couple threes. He's only seeing about 15, 17 minutes a game. He's only averaging less than 3 points. But Doc, when a player has an opportunity, it's a moment to shine underneath the lights, and Mellbrook stepped up for his team in that first period. So on the floor right now, Middlebrook is back in the game. 2 early fouls. He is the engine behind this Mesquite offense. So good in the post. He is joined by Devon Pless, as well as Jalen Wallank, Christian Garvin, and Kobe Bradley. The starters back in. Grijalva, Woitis, Bruning, Garcia, and KJ Fauski online for the Sentinels. That one no good. Garcia continues to do it all for the Sentinels, setting that tone here in the second. And Middlebrook will pick him up. Bruning guarded by Devon Pless. Bad pass, but Garcia throws it up, and that one, Garcia tracks it back down, and
good shot.
And that one trickles out of bounds. It's going the other way, but just another great hustle effort by Julian Garcia. He's setting the tone, and other players around him, they've got to rise to that effort and energy he's putting out right now.
Yeah.
A 12-9 Seton deficit. Middlebrook picked up by Woodis. Pull-up jumper. And that one off the rim, pulled down by Jackson Bruning. Good look by Christian Garvin, just could not get the roll. Grijalva the other way. Grijalva up and in. Slicing move by Miguel Grijalva. And it's a 1-point game. And that's exactly what the Sentinels needed. Someone to help Julian Garcia. Someone else who's got to pick up the scoring slack. Inside. And Devon Pless up and in, falls his shot. Sentinels in a back and forth affair. Grijalva dumps it down to Garcia in the high post. Grijalva left side, picked up by Garvin. 20 seconds on the shot clock. It's worked out, middle of the post, thrown away. Taken away by Pless. Kobe Bradley, middle of the floor. Kobe Bradley, it's worked around, top of the key. Shot won't go. Middlebrook down the post. Middlebrook going up and in. Deshaun Middlebrook waiting patiently. Ripped the board and one quick post move and knocked it off the glass. A 5-point Mesquite lead. Grijalva to Jackson Bruning. Miguel with a quick moment. KJ Fauski has had no room to do anything. Garcia puts it on the floor momentarily. Julian to Fauski, and Fauski will go to the line.
Good job by him right there to navigate traffic and get open for Garcia to pass it to him.
Kobe Bradley's first personal. Fauski will go to the line. Here's a young man who's so good from three. He shoots 45%, 47% from the floor. So consistent, 75% from the line. And hits his first.
Just a shooter. That kid is a shooter.
Jackson Browning with some quality minutes, working the glass. And that's his role tonight. Work the glass, be strong. Fauski with an opportunity to draw Seton even closer, and does just that. 16-12 Mesquite. They're coming off a hard-fought loss against St. Mary's, one of the best teams in the state, also ranked in the Open Division. And that was a slugfest back and forth. And they call the foul on Grijalva. That's his first, and Middlebrook will go to the line. Middlebrook. A 64% free throw shooter. Misses on the first. So Mesquite coming off a hard 75-73 loss to St. Mary's. And Middlebrook gets that one to roll in. His third point. And I love what the Sentinels did. Work the ball fast up the court. Padilla. And that's a foul call that will go against Carter Mellberg. The push in the back.
And you're just hoping as this game continues to progress that Fauski and Padilla will get some room. Right now, Mesquite not allowing anything on the perimeter. And that inbounds pass was a tough one to Alejandro Burns, and luckily Middlebrook stepped on the baseline. So another opportunity for the Sentinels this time, clean. Grijalva picked up by Melberg. Inside cut, Garcia swings it over. Alejandro gets into Luke Padilla. Garcia sets the screen. Sentinels and Garcia from the outside. Three won't go. Fauski tracks it down to Padilla. In the corner, Burns will let it fly. Burns no good, but Garcia's there. Garcia going up and draws the contact.
What a sequence for the Sentinels right there. That's awesome to see for them, and it shows just how much life they have left. That was dominant from them right there.
Third foul on Deshaun Middlebrook, and that is a huge, huge statement in there. Garcia at the line, misses on the first. And here comes Jamar Trotter stepping in for Middlebrook. And Trotter, a young man who's showing his worth, a senior. Limited time, but he's going to be counted on heavily tonight. And Garcia will pick up the loose ball foul, his first. 17-13, under 5 minutes left in this first half. Of course, the Lady Sentinels, Karen Self, and the squad on the road at Mesquite. We'll keep you up to date as we go there. The men's soccer team lost to Marcos tonight, and the women's are leading Marcos in the second half, 6-0. And right here, it's a 17-13 game. Mesquite, busy night on campus. And when the Sentinels play, we are broadcasting. Develop press, elbow won't go. And that's a loose ball foul. And Jalen Wallank didn't like the call. And he was saying his jersey was getting pulled by KJ Fauski.
I didn't see it.
Yeah, so far the scrappy Sentinels are holding their own. Padilla shoots in the corner. Grijalva picked up by Melberg. Alejandro, couple dribbles, and that's taken away. Wallank, and Wallank off the glass in transition. Coming back in is Brock Steele about to check in. Padilla picked up by Wallank. And right now, Wallank in transition and misses, and they call the foul on Julian Garcia. And as we get an update on the women's game, in the second period, Mesquite is leading Karen Self's squad 20-16. We'll keep you updated on that one. And the lovely Jen Hutchison, as always, right there, giving us the update. Jen, such a glue in the athletic department. Terry Lichten Company just do a fantastic job. You're not going to find a better athletic department in the AIA than right here at Seton Catholic. Wallank knocks down the first free throw. He's got three. Checking in, Brock Steele. As well as Dylan Alvarez. Wallank connects on both. It's an 8-point lead for the Mesquite. And this is a point, Doc, where the Sentinels need a basket.
Yeah.
It needs some consistency on offense.
I agree.
Padilla. And what a move by Luke Padilla.
Wow.
Puts it on the floor and delivers. Ellis. Calvin Jr. over to Melberg. On the court. Shot won't go. Calvin among the trees pulls it down. Swings it out. Good ball movement. Trotter. Melberg. 27 seconds. Calvin into the lane. Inside. Trotter draws the contact against Miguel Grijalva. And that was just, Doc, that was precision by Mesquite.
Yeah. That was high-level basketball right there. That was great ball movement and great trickery along the way. And the Sentinels just trying to stop it from becoming a basket, commit a foul.
Jamar Trotter, 83% free throw shooter. Young man, a senior who has been part of this great Mesquite run. Knocks down his first. He's got 3 off the bench. It's a 7-point Wildcats lead. Make that 8. Sentinels in dire need. Grijalva picked up by Garvin. Top of the key, swung over to Padilla. Padilla immediately, wall length right in his face. Alvarez, Grijalva with an opportunity from 3. And that one's long, taken away by Trotter. Wall length up the floor. Padilla guarding in, they swing it over. Garvin, spin move in the lane. Christian Garvin won't go, and the battle ensues underneath, and it goes back to Big Blue. But that was an electric move by Christian Garvin. The quick first step, the spin in the lane, and just could not get the roll. And yearly, Mesquite has got this kind of athleticism, Doc, and sometimes it makes it hard. Garvin once again, wall length from 3. Wall length won't go. Ellis battling. Alvarez knocks it out of bounds.
And this is just not the cycle that you want to see the Sentinels stuck in right now. They are unable to grab a defensive rebound, and Mesquite is just hogging it right now.
Well, it's tough. Julian picked up a couple of those quick early fouls, and that makes it tough when your big man who's doing just about everything and then some has to go to the pine. And that's a foul on Christian Garvin, his first. 23-15, under 3 minutes left in this first half. About to check in for Mesquite is Marcus Ward, a junior, 5'11" guard. Grijalva at the line. Miguel taking a deep breath as Jackson Bruning is about to check back in, and Miguel misses on the first. Sentinels Nation, student body, they're out here tonight.
As always,
the effervescent Libby Fogarty is not here tonight. The head of the cheerleading squad is always in that amongst the fans. Not here. And Miguel. 3 second period points. 7-point Mesquite lead. Kicked in the corner. Ellis swung around. Good electric move. Devone press. Won't go. Bruning rips it down. Good post defense by the Sentinels. Grijalva, middle lane. Grijalva slicing, dicing. Brought Steele, and Steele will get called for the travel.
Defense first. Defense first.
Carter Abey right to our right. Calling for defense, defense, and more defense. This Mesquite team, a force in 4A. Long shot is up. Long shot is no good. Alvarez rips it down. Now taken away, strip. Wallank will pull up. Wallank will get the roll. Devone press misses the bunny. Alvarez. And good poise by Alvarez getting the ball out to Grijalva. Alvarez playing the majority of his time down in the JV ranks, getting his opportunity here, and soon enough, Dylan will be playing up in the varsity next season, and talk about getting your reps under fire in a big marquee game. Then Miguel goes back to the line. And Miguel connects. And that's what the Sentinels need. Got to take advantage of every opportunity. This is kind of one of those games, Doc, where they're going to need different heroes throughout this contest. Grijalva nails the second. 23-18. Sentinels, they're in this one. Swung around by the Wildcats. Devone press in the box against Jackson Bruning. Now feeds Ellis. Ellis fade away. Off the back of the iron, ripped down by Bruning. Swung out to Padilla. Luke almost lost the handle. Swings it over to Grijalva.
30.
And Carter Abey calls a timeout, and a good one. 1:07 left, and you know right now what Carter's trying to set up this offensive possession, his defensive sequence, and then might burn another timeout for that final 45 seconds or 30 seconds for an offensive play to draw even closer.
Yeah, and this is a perfect time for a timeout. I mean, 1:07 on the clock. You're trailing just 5. You could head into the half here, you know, only trailing a bucket, and that's just a great place for the Sentinels to be. We know this one is going to be neck and neck down the wire, and you know, the closer the Sentinels can get to taking over that lead, the better.
And we just got an update from the women's game, courtesy of Paolo and Jen Hutchison. 22-20 Sentinels at the half.
Boom.
Sentinels running a 9-game winning streak. They beat Mesquite here at the buzzer, 36-35 on a Mia DiPuccio bank off the glass with a second, call it 1.5 seconds left. And that's a pass from Bruning that probably just went a little too far, but Padilla tracks it down. Sentinels would love to get a quick basket, go back on defense, and have another opportunity. Brock Steele, Brock up and in. Brock, good post move.
Pump fake.
And it's a 3-point game. Back the other way. Swung over. Ellis. Taken away by the Sentinels. Jackson Bruning. Swings it over to Alvarez. Alvarez knocks it off the glass. And it's a 1-point game. Dylan Alvarez has been waiting for his opportunity.
Wow.
In the JV ranks, and look at the big man down in the blocks. You gotta feel good for him.
He earned that.
And Mesquite will play out this final 18 seconds on offense. Crew Jordy picked up by Luke Padilla. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Bruning, Devon Plus down in the blocks. That won't go. Plus goes back up and misses at the buzzer. And the Sentinels hanging around, trailing 23-22 at the break. And Doc saw the Sentinels make a great push down the stretch. Brock Steele, who we saw early in the season showing so much potential, and then in the middle maybe lost his way just a tad, but stepping up in this one and getting a big basket down late in the half.
Yeah, and you know, what good coaching by Carter Abey. I mean, he's done absolutely everything right to keep the Sentinels right in this contest, and I mean, the guys are stepping up. First quarter, we saw a lot of Julian Garcia, all of Julian Garcia, but in the second quarter, the rest of the squad started to step up, and we saw names, as you mentioned, Brock Steele and company really step up, and that's what the Sentinels have to do. They shared the love, they scored more points, and they did what they had to do. We head into halftime with them just trailing 1 point.
Miguel Grijalva with 5 second quarter points, and Julian Garcia, he had 2 fouls in that late first period, early second period stretch, but was so dynamic. 9 first period points. There's nothing Julian Garcia did not do in the opening frame of this one.
Yeah.
So we'll take a short time out here from John J. McMahon Gym. Of course, we'll keep you updated on the women's game, and we'll get you updated on the soccer games as well that were played right here at Michael Eubanks Stadium. You're watching the Sentinels and the Wildcats from John J. McMahon Gym. Adam Perry, Joe Pequeno, Paulo Hutchison live stream. And only one place, and only one place only, the Seton Catholic Sports Network. And we are closing in on this second half between these two heated rivals. Once again, the Sentinels have lost 9 straight to the Wildcats. Carter Abey has yet to beat Mesquite as the head coach of the Sentinels. And here they are, grinding, gritty, tough, relentless. And Doc, they trail by 1 going into the third.
They trail by 1, and they had so much momentum heading into the half before that very last possession. But even still, they carry that momentum with them, and they're going to come out in this half fired up, as they should, in hopes to dethrone this Mesquite squad that's beaten them in the previous 9 meetings.
So, foul trouble, Deshaun Middlebrook. The Wildcats leading scorer puts up 17 and 7. He's got 3, he's back on the floor. The starters all back on the floor for Mesquite. Plus Middlebrook, Garvin, Wallank, as well as Bradley. On the other side for Mesquite, make that for Seton. You've got Fauski, Alejandro Burns, Julian Garcia, Padilla, and Grijalva. Shot from the outside, no good. Garvin transition, shoots it to Wallank. Back to Garvin, swings it over. Kobe Bradley, Middlebrook, swings it up top. Garvin from 3, and Garvin knocks the triple down. And it's a 4-point Mesquite lead. Back on the other end. Grijalva running the point. Burns, top of the key, back to Grijalva. Grijalva slicing. Being knocked out of bounds. Good defense by Wallank. Luke Padilla off the inbounds. Padilla inside. And Julian, he'll go to the line. Christian Garvin, and that's one of those bailout fouls. If you're Mesquite, you're dreading, you're playing such good inbounds defense, and the Sentinels were flirting with a violation. And needless to say, they get into Garcia, non-shooting that is. Padilla, Fauski outside. KJ, welcome to the party.
The beast is uncaged.
He's got 5 points. Middlebrook underneath. Plus, other side, Garvin long range. Ripped away momentarily by Seton. And Garcia on the deck.
And that's Middlebrook.
And that's going to be his 4th.
Wow. So the leading scorer is on his final straw.
And Carter Abey and that coaching staff well aware that Deshaun Middlebrook is out of the game. And you got to figure, Doc, when they go back in, you go right at him. You go right at him.
Yeah.
And try to get him fouled out of this game. Garcia high post. Julian putting on the court. Grijalva swings out to Fauski. And they'll reset. Julian. Back to Fauski. Good defense by Kobe Bradley. Fauski scoops one off the glass, and that was a pretty move, and just couldn't get the roll. Devon Pless the other way. Pless, Garvin working the key, out in the corner. Wallank, fade away, and gets the roll, and a good off-balance shot. And Luke Padilla draws the foul. And then sometimes great players step up and make great plays, and Jalen Wallank, who puts up 10, 4, and 6, shooting 49% from the floor, just made a tough shot, a 64% free throw shooter. And connects on the three-point play. Wallank now with 6 points. Burns puts it down briefly. Fauski. Taken away by Mesquite. Kobe Bradley. Garcia flirting with that reaching foul. Devon Pless picked up by Alejandro. Pless ripped down by Garcia. And with it, Garcia going the other way. A little too strong.
Just too much.
29-25. Garvin pull up. Had a good look, and Garcia already with double-digit rebounds in this one. Fauski behind the back. Resets with Grijalva. Carter Abe and his team setting up the offense. Garcia high post. Alejandro long range. Trotter picks it down. Garcia off the bad pass. Sean Lynch, the head coach of Mesquite, shaking his head. Wants his team to be cleaner. Grijalva.
Just barely.
And I love the aggressiveness by Miguel Grijalva tonight, attacking. He's not even worried about who's defending him. He's going strong, and good things happen when you go in full steam and you're going toward the basket.
Yeah, he's barely looking at the defender. His eyes are locked in the basket, and he's doing whatever he can to make a move to it. And right there, he capitalizes on 1 of 2 and cuts this Mesquite lead to just 3 points now.
Miguel now with 6 points in this one. And it's going to take the collective masses for the Sentinels to pull this one off. Team coming off a hard, disappointing road loss against Saguaro. It's Bradley the other way. Make that Jalen Wallenk. My apologies. Milberg, Wallenk. Pull up, won't go. Trotter. And the foul will go against Grijalva. That's Miguel's third. Sentinels do not have a deep bench. Carter Abe letting Miguel Grijalva know they're going to try to post. Instead, they were trying to post up KJ Fauski's man, Carter Melberg. And that's a reach and foul. And that's an easy call against Michael Calvin Jr.
Just 2 points is the deficit now for the Sentinels. And they're looking for it right here.
Inside. Julian, strong. Going up, fierce. And we're nodding at 29. And that Sentinels bench, oh yeah, they're fired up.
Fired up, baby.
Trotter, Julian in his mug. Down in the blocks, Wallenk.
And Fauski. Fauski gets it done.
Wallenk with his second. And right now, if you're head coach Sean Lynch of your Mesquite, you gotta tell your players, look, stop arguing on frivolous calls and play the game out.
Gonna make it worse for yourself.
And right now, the members of the Seton women's soccer team are in the house. Garcia. Julian will pull it out, because Julian can pay the point forward. Inside cut, and Padilla.
Wow.
And the Sentinels up top.
That was a design play.
31-29.
Garcia was looking at his man Padilla, and he said, hey, 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 hey. Padilla cut on, and he cut right to the basket. And that was beautiful to see. That's Sentinel basketball, and that goes to speak the volumes of their chemistry that they have with one another.
And the Sentinels doing this without Gio Barone, who's battling an upper body injury, and Gio on that bench. And of course, the Sentinels hope to have him back by the postseason. But, you know, here we are at 3:31 left. And Doc, you've been part of situations like this where you've had a long, prolonged losing streak to opposing team, and you're saying to yourself, could this be the night? Could this be the night it finally ends? And right now, the Sentinels doing everything to give themselves an opportunity when the final buzzer rings.
Yeah, and you know, Freddie just popped in for a moment. I think Freddie thinks that this might be the night as well, and everything is shaping up that way. The only question is, can the Sentinels endure? Because, listen, they're playing phenomenally right now, but Mesquite's power is in their big men, and they have the size advantage over the Sentinels. Can the Sentinels keep up this fast pace as the size begins to wear them down from the other side? We'll find out.
We'll see if they can pass the endurance test, and we saw that last time out in the loss to St. Mary's. It looked like they were laboring physically in that contest. Of course, they lost Gio in that contest, but it seems like conditioning, they just didn't have it. St. Mary's was kind of running a track made up, and so far the Sentinels look well oiled in this one. Trotter swings it out to Crew Jordy with Burns on him. 13 on the shot clock. Mesquite, Calvin Jr. in the lane. And Calvin will shoot a pair. Blocking foul against the Sentinels. Alejandro Burns. That's his first. Grijalva leads the Sentinels with 3 fouls. Calvin Jr., the senior, misses on the first. Wolank checking in. Crew Jordy checking out for Mesquite. 3:09 left in the third. Calvin Jr., that's off the mark. Ripped up and put back in. Good putback by Jalen Hooks. That's his first bucket and a big one for Mesquite. Ties it at 31. Julian picked up by Trotter. Julian high screen from Alejandro. Julian off the glass, won't go, doesn't get the roll. Trotter pulls it up. Calvin the other way. And that is what you don't want to see happen from the Sentinels, is getting beat in transition.
And that comes with the fatigue aspect of it, if they can keep up in transition, and so far not looking too good for them.
33-31, Mesquite back on top. Garcia, pull up. Julian in and out, and he's just had the last couple baskets where the cylinders seems to be shrinking on him. The other way, Trotter.
And a good timeout by Coach Carter Abey to break this up.
On a 7-0 run to go up 35-31, and right now a lot of those baskets, Doc, Sentinels getting beat in transition.
Yeah, and you know, that's one of the aspects of having to deal with, you know, the fatigue of facing a larger opponent. They wear on you in the paint, they wear on you when they back you down, and over time, you know, when you don't have as many substitutions to make, that might wear on your starters. And for the Sentinels, this game is still recoverable, just trailing 4 points. We've seen them come back for more tonight, and if everything is in the cards for them and they start playing their hand a little better, smoother transition defense and smarter shot selection, then they can very well put themselves back on top here.
35-31. 2 and change left in this third. Carter Abey has his team huddled on the other side. Sean Lynch, the head coach of Mesquite. And you get the sense from KJ Fauski, Julian Garcia, Luke Padilla, Alejandro, and Miguel Grijalva. They're not going to leave anything left in the tank tonight.
No.
If they're going down hard. And they're going to make Mesquite earn everything in this contest. Grijalva, who's played a very strong game. By far his best home game of the year. He's got 3 fouls as Brock Steele's about to check in. Grijalva. Jalen Wolank, good ball pressure. 14 on the shot clock. Burns shoots it over. Miguel Fauski, turnaround.
Wow.
KJ. showing the touch. Fauski now with 7. It's a 2-point game. And in this contest, Doc, we've seen the versatility of KJ Fauski. You can see him put it on the floor and not afraid to rip a shot from close range. Michael Calvin Jr. with Grijalva. Back to Wallank. Wallank picked up by Fauski. 8 on the shot clock. Wallank shoots in the corner. Kobe Bradley fires it up. That's off the mark. Up and in by Jamar Trotter. And Trotter playing huge dividends off the bench. He's got 8 with Middlebrook in foul trouble. A 4-point Mesquite lead. Grijalva. Wallank right in his mug. Byrne. Guarded by Jalen Hooks. Shoots it over. Padilla lets it fly from 3. And Padilla
draws the shooting foul. Beautiful.
And Padilla will shoot 3. And Michael Calvin Jr. not a fan of the call from head referee. Padilla at the line. And if you want anyone to shoot free throws for the Sentinels, it's Luke Padilla, 85%.
Wow.
And Luke, 3 points in this one.
He's good for the first 2.
And talk about being clutch. Knocks them all down. A big sequence for the Sentinels as time's winding down. Back the other way. Great defense and the travel call against the Wildcats. And the shot clock is out. The Sentinels will play out the final 27.9 seconds with an opportunity to retake the lead. Padilla was looking for Fauski for a brief second. Wallank tight on Grijalva. Works it off the top of the key. And they call a blocking foul. And the referees, and they call that on Wallank. That's his 3rd.
Make it his 4th.
And John, who works the scoring book for Seton, has Adam correcting me on that. That's
just
his
looked
4th.
over to my left, yeah. Oh, reliable.
And
Seton faithful, no doubt.
Padilla just working that free throw line. Knocks them both down.
And he takes the lead single-handedly.
38-37, Wallank, guarded by Grijalva. Wallank, pull up, and Wallank connects. Opportunity for Seton. Grijalva will fire it up at the buzzer. And that one's high off the glass. But after 3, could it be an upset in the making? The Sentinels up 38-37, and Luke Padilla stepping up in that 3rd. Make that, look at the scoreboard, it's 39-38 Mesquite. So the Sentinels trail by 1 at the half, and they're still trailing by 1 after 3. And Luke Padilla stepping up with 7 points, 5 coming from the free throw line, Doc.
Yeah, I mean, this has been such a back and forth contest so far, and Padilla stepped up big time right there, but how about the rest of the Sentinels stepping up the rest of this contest? I mean, 38-39 is a neck and neck game, and to be this late against this good of a team, this close, is just awesome for the Sentinels.
And we welcome you courtside. I'm Joe Pequeno alongside Adam Perry, and we're bringing Freddie the Flamingo as well, who's always on site for the Seton home games. And once again, this is well documented. The Sentinels have lost 9 straight to Mesquite. Mesquite, 2 blowout wins last year, a blowout win earlier this year. And Doc, you've been in the situation on the diamond. How much for the Sentinels has it resonated, the losing streak, and of course, to one of their biggest rivals right across town?
Yeah, I feel like the Sentinels are ready to break that streak, and tonight just might be that night, Joe.
So Sentinels back on the floor. Brock Steele, Luke Padilla, Julian Garcia, KJ Fauski, and Miguel Grijalva. On the other side, Crew Jordy, Christian Garvin, Devone Pless, Kobe Bradley, and Jamar Trotter. And Sentinels Nation about to explode in this final 8 minutes. And now the whole arena is chanting defense for the Sentinels. Student section out in force. Bradley, Crew Jordy works it to Christian Garvin. Garvin gives up the dribble. Kobe Bradley back to Garvin. 17 on the shot clock. Dump down low. Trotter banging inside. Trotter. And Julian Garcia, good position, was trying to draw the offensive, and the refs let them play on. It's a 3-point Mesquite lead. Good offensive possession by the Wildcats. Garcia going strong. And Garcia will go to the line. So Trotter working Garcia one way, Garcia working Trotter back the other way. And that's Trotter's second. Julian, 9. First quarter points. He's got 12. And the Sentinels need JG to step up big here in the fourth. A collective effort. And Julian comes up big. It's a 1-point game, 41-40. Sentinels trapping the backcourt. Crew Jordy gets it to Jamar Trotter, and that is a travel call, and the Sentinels press makes Mesquite unravel. Trotter's so good in this one, just lost his footing. And the Sentinels with an opportunity to go back on top. Padilla running the point this time around. Jamar Trotter on him. Garcia sets the screen. Padilla, Brock Steele over to Grijalva, picked up by Crew Jordy. Padilla back on Trotter. Padilla pull up.
Good shot.
And Luke in and out. And that cylinder, oh so tight. Christian Garvin the other way. Devone Pless. Trotter down the block, swings it out. Garvin in the lane. Gets Seton in transition. Garcia, the big basket, and the Sentinels back on top, 42-41. Bradley, Grijalva on him. Devone Pless, Brock Steele, good defense. That's what you want to see. Brock Steele making Devone Pless work. Christian Garvin. Foul against the Sentinels.
Brock Steele, I'm not sure what he was called for right there, but we know he does thrive off his physicality as a player. And that Sentinel ball, Padilla must have poked it out there, almost Sentinel ball. Mesquite will retain.
Christian Garvin, then Padilla will battle in that corner. 34 seconds left on the clock. The shot clock, that is, with 6:10 on the game clock. 42-41 Sentinels. Garvin up top. That one off the mark. Garcia battling. Trotter. Kobe Bradley. Christian Garvin. KJ Fauski. Plenty of time on the shot clock for Mesquite. Garvin gives up the dribble. Shoots it over. Crew Jordy. And it's a travel call against Crew Jordy. And Mesquite with some key turnovers off the dribble in the last 3 minutes.
Yeah, it seems like the pressure is building, and Mesquite is not facing the challenge right now. They're shying away a little bit and making too many mistakes.
Crew Jordy, tight defense of Miguel Grijalva. Brock Steele, fade away. And how about Padilla battling underneath? And Padilla, hustle and muscle. Outworking. And they call that one out of bounds against Christian Garvin. And Middlebrook back in, as well as Carter Melberg, who did a tremendous job off the bench with a couple threes in the first. Padilla inbounds. Garcia up and in. Julian Garcia stepping up in the fourth. He's got 16. 6 in the fourth. Sentinels up 3. Back the other way. Shot won't go. Padilla rips it down. Padilla swings it over. Grijalva could not connect underneath. Middlebrook swatted it away. 5 minutes left in this one. Devone Pless. Brock Steele, Middlebrook. Pless fires it up from 3. Devone Pless. Not known for his three-point shooting. Comes up big there and ties it at 44. Fauski. KJ. Garcia. Garcia gives it back up. And it's a foul against Carter Melberg. That's Melberg's second. 4:35 left. We are tied at 44. A slugfest between Desert Sky rivals, Mesquite and Seton. Separated by a short distance, nothing separating them here tonight. Steele over to Grijalva. Wall length outworks Grijalva. The size played a factor. Wall length. Pless down in the blocks. Wall length in the lane. Pull up. Wall length misses. Grijalva rips it down. Miguel the other way. Miguel will pull it back out. Good decision. Reset the offense. Fauski on Melberg. KJ pulls it out. Brock Steele top of the key. Padilla runs into traffic. Taken away by Pless. Pless up the floor. Garvin. Garvin. And the Sentinels want the technical foul on Christian Garvin for slamming the basketball.
And it looks like they got it based on the reaction. Technical foul.
Sir. John, do we have a technical foul?
We're doing some research on this right now. We'll get right back to you guys with the decision. Yes.
And we do have a technical foul against Christian Garvin. That's his fourth. So right now, Garvin and Middlebrook with 4 fouls apiece. And that's a crucial possession right now as the referees talk this one over. And this is a veteran crew, by the way, led by Don Logan, George Brown, and Alfonso Parks. They've called so many games over the course of their time here in their state. Well known, well respected. And then Padilla knocks them both down.
How about it? Padilla, biggest moment of the game, all the pressure in the world. Everyone's looking at him in the whole gymnasium. Nails 2 back-to-back, no question about it. And that's just the type of player he is.
So we've seen Mesquite with a couple crucial travel calls. Now a technical on Garvin, taken away by Wallank. And that's going the other way. Wallank trying to throw it off Grijalva. Sentinels have to do a better job of inbounding the basketball.
Sentinels keep it.
Garcia will swing it out. And that's going to be a foul on Christian Garvin. And Garvin's done. That's his 5th foul. Christian Garvin is done for the night. And that is a great bonus. You lose their leading ball handler and one of their best scorers who's putting up 14, 5, and 2. So the Sentinels not in foul trouble by any means, but really working Big Blue and putting them in dire straits. Garcia could not connect underneath. Sentinels up 2. Middlebrook down low. Middlebrook up and in.
And no
Padilla
call.
try to get the offensive foul. Deshaun Middlebrook, he's got 4 fouls. He leads the team, putting up 17 and 7. Tied at 46. Brock Steele. And a good timeout by Carter Abey. 46, 46, 2:59 left. And Doc, right now, Christian Garvin, the team's leading ball handler for Mesquite, has fouled out. Deshaun Middlebrook, the team's leading scorer, flirting with danger with 4 fouls. And the Sentinels right now not in foul trouble. Now it just comes down to skill and will and who wants it more down the final stretch.
Yeah, I mean, this game, 46-46, 2:59 on the clock, couldn't be any closer. And, you know, it's looking like it's going to come down to the very final shot here in this contest. And, I mean, this game has just been a thriller. Overall, I mean, such a back-and-forth battle. Both teams facing adversity and both teams overcoming it. And here we are. We're knotted up at 46. I'm so excited to see how this one plays out.
And we have an update from the women's game. Karen Self from the Sentinels, their 9-game winning streak comes to an end, losing 40-37. And the men are trying to save face for the victory here tonight. Women are back at it here tomorrow night, taking on Margaret Siniza. Garcia picked up by Middlebrook. Fauski, Melberg, Fauski long range, won't go. Brock Steele with a rebound. Fauski puts it on the floor, floater, won't go. Garcia's there. Great possession by Seton. Grijalva. And Middlebrook, if it's on him, he is out of the game.
Whoa.
That is number 5. And Middlebrook is done. And the Mesquite bench and fan base are
here we
livid.
go.
And Sean Lynch going over to veteran official Don Logan for an explanation. So 2 of the 5 starters have fouled out for Mesquite. 2:34 left. Mesquite has won 9 straight against Seton.
And things have recomposed themselves a little bit here. Grijalva at the line.
Seton's last win was in the 2018-2019 season. 66-60 in overtime. Grijalva, who's been so good in this one tonight. Take a big, deep breath, Miguel. You got it. There you go.
Boom.
Miguel knocks down the second. 47-46. 2:30 left. Wallenk, Melberg shoots it over. Wallenk, make that Kobe Bradley in the corner. Bradley can't connect. Brock Steele pulls it down. Steele after Grijalva. Grijalva works it over to Brock Steele. And they get it into KJ Fauski and Luke Padilla. Padilla will work the clock. 18 on the shot clock. Wallenk on Padilla. Steele sets the pick. Padilla down the lane. Luke up and in! Padilla driving with a purpose. The Sentinels up 3. 49-46, buck 45 left. Wallenk, Grijalva, Devon Pless battling Steele down the box to switch over. Trotter back to Wallenk. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Wallenk spins inside. Pless gets the roll. It's a 1-point game. Devon Pless on the pretty feed from Wallenk. A buck 20 left. 49-48 Sentinels. Julian Garcia almost taken away. Steele going up and Brock Steele going strong.
Oh, can you believe it?
51-48. 1 minute left. Sentinels on the verge. Plus down the box. Grijalva takes the elbow, gets back up. Wallenk.
Oh!
And they call the blocking foul against Julian Garcia. And Carter Abey looking at his team and calling for the most important factor in this one right now, composure. And we're going to timeout on the floor.
Let's make it a full one.
51-48, and Doc back on the other end. A key moment. Garcia feeding Brock. Brock, no hesitation, saw the lane, put it in warp drive, and never looked back.
I mean, that's the Brock steal we're used to seeing. It's so good to see him back on the court tonight. And I mean, what can you say? That play speaks for itself. Clutch is all I have to say.
51-48, 47.3 seconds left. The stands packed, the student body fired up. Mesquite talking things over. Mesquite Nation out in force behind their bench. Sentinels Nation looking for that much long-awaited victory over their crosstown rival. 47.3 seconds left.
Let's go, let's go.
And the Sentinels with the opportunity to send a message to their most heated rival and to the rest of the 4A conference.
This entire building is on its feet.
Wallach inbounds. Melberg, Devon Pless in the lane, Pless inside, Trotter. And that was an easy possession. 51-50. Brock Steele to Garcia. Garcia will thread the needle. Garcia. And Carter Abey calling a timeout. And a great timeout by Carter Abey. Abey regrouping his team for a good shot and a potential possession that could extend the lead to 3 or potentially even to 4. And this is a Seton team, Doc, that's coming off a tough road loss at Saguaro, 59-43, and a loss in which they haven't played many games like that this season. By no means is the talent disparity between Saguaro and Seton that huge. Just a game where they just didn't show up mentally and battle all the way to the end. But tonight, the complete opposite, with an opportunity to stun one of the best teams in 4A and to stop a 9-game losing streak to their crosstown rival. And you can hear the alumni saying, "Let's go Sentinels." 24 seconds left. Steele, Garcia, Grijalva, Padilla, Fauski on the floor for the Sentinels. Garcia, the inbounds. And Carter Abey calls another timeout. And the Mesquite fan base wanted the 5-second call.
Yeah.
And right now, the tension in this building, you can feel it.
Wow, this is a fun one. This is a fun one.
And right now, head referee, who's one of the best in the business, Don Logan, hearing it from the Mesquite fan base, and Don is...
He's not worried.
He's a no-nonsense kind of guy. And Don walks over to the Seton bench, and by no means is Don going to let his refereeing crew, George Brown as well as Alfonso Parks, take any unnecessary abuse from any of the fans on either side. They've called a good, clean game.
Very, very good game.
24 seconds left. And here comes Mesquite looking for Steele. And the Sentinels have to do a good job of getting the ball inbounds. And once again, they're having trouble. But Fauski gets it. And Fauski will go to the line on the reach-in by Melberg. And KJ is one you want at the line. A 75% free throw shooter. And Fauski catching his breath. 23.5 seconds left. And right now, you can hear a pin drop in the arena. And Fauski cans the first. KJ, he's got 8. And now the big one right here that will put the Sentinels up 3 with 23.5 seconds left. Fauski misses. Trotter with the rebound. And here comes the Wildcats. They can tie it or win it. And now it's Sean Lynch on the other side calling the timeout. And KJ Fauski trying to hold his head high after that, and no question he's disappointed, but now an eternity to play.
Yep.
The moment of truth, 15.4 seconds left where Seton has the opportunity to lock it down. And Mesquite with so many offensive choices. Melberg can stroke it from 3. Kobe Bradley has got range. And Devone Pless has got touch inside. And we've seen Mesquite off the dribble in a couple possessions before break the Sentinels down and Trotter inside. And if you're the Sentinels, you want to win this in regulation, you got to have it. Don't want to push it into an overtime session where anything could happen.
Definitely not, but one thing is absolutely certain, and that is no 3 ball right here.
On the floor, Garcia, Steele, Fauski, Padilla, Grijalva, Melberg, Wale, Bradley, as well as Pless and Trotter. Here we go. Shot is up, outside. That one's in and out. Ball is loose underneath. Melberg can't get it to go. Ball trickles out of bounds. And Mesquite will have another opportunity with 4.6 seconds left. And Sean Lynch will call the timeout.
Wow.
So there was no hesitation by Mesquite's part. It was the first best look to give them a chance underneath.
Yeah. They went for the 3 ball. They went for it.
Kobe Bradley had a good look. That one went in and out. And the entire Sentinels fan base on its feet on the other side of the arena. And the Sentinels back on the court. Steele, Garcia, Padilla, Grijalva, and Fauski. Pless, Wallank, Bradley, Melberg.
What a
and
moment.
Trotter.
What a moment right here.
4.6 seconds, inbounds, Pless. And 1. Pless will go to the line.
That's
Devone
5
Pless.
for Julian.
And Julian Garcia has fouled out. Devone Pless with an opportunity to win it. And the Mesquite fan base telling the players not to foul anyone. Pless, the moment of truth. 3.6 seconds left. Devone Pless can't connect. Sentinels with an opportunity. Padilla at the buzzer. It won't go, and we're going to overtime.
Wow.
And here we go. The extra frame. 52-52. Devone Pless cannot connect with the potential go-ahead free throw. And Doc, we got 4 extra minutes. 4 extra minutes of free basketball from John J. McMahon Gym.
4 minutes, and one of the key pieces for the Sentinels is out of the contest. Julian Garcia just fouled out, and that is going to play a huge factor in these next 4 minutes. That tells us that someone else has to step up on both offense and defense as being that bruiser, that aggressor in the paint to get rebounds, as well as apply pressure in the paint.
Garcia finishes with 17 points and double-digit rebounds.
Let's go, Brock.
So on the floor right now for the Sentinels, Fauski, Grijalva, Padilla, 3 guards, Steele, and Burns. On the other side, Melberg, Wallank, Bradley, Pless, and Trotter. Sentinels going guard heavy. Steele versus Plus. Off the tip. 4 extra minutes from John J. McMahon Gym. And now the referees are talking things over on the foul situation. And we are all set, we are all situated. Free basketball right now, an overtime thriller. Plus and Steele will jump this one. And Plus wins it, but Padilla tracks it down. And the Sentinels get the first possession. Luke Padilla. Taken away by Melberg, and Melberg stepped out. And Melberg looking at the ref like, come on, Blue.
One thing you must remember, though, is that the referee is a part of the court. Whether you like it or not, this will likely be Sentinel ball, and that's just the way basketball operates. Mesquite is charged another foul. They're going to go ahead and get some of the Mesquite fans escorted out of the arena. And that's right, it's Sentinel ball. That's the right call there. The referees are a part of the court.
So tensions are building on both sides. Mesquite Nation, the men's team, and their fan base not used to losing to Sentinels in any shape or form.
No, it's been a couple of years.
So the Sentinels really testing them in this one. Padilla picked up by Kobe Bradley. Padilla shoots it over Grijalva. Grijalva in the lane, swings it out. Alejandro blocks Steele. And there was a shot clock delay. Time expired, and Sentinels could not get the shot off. At some point, you gotta be not afraid to shoot the basketball.
Yeah, even if you don't have much space, sometimes you just gotta pull a contested shot.
Wallank, pull-up jumper. And that drops. Jalen Wallank. He's got 9 points, and that field goal gives Mesquite the lead in overtime. The other way, Padilla. Grijalva, Wallank on him, Grijalva in the lane, pull-up jumper. That one brings down rain, but does not drop. Plus for the rebound. And Mesquite will slow it up. 54-52, 2:30 left. Grijalva, Wallank using every second of the shot clock. Melberg, Devon Plus, Steele on Plus, shot the other way. Wallank, pull-up jumper. Wallank can't connect. Burns tracks it down. And Padilla picks up Kobe Bradley. Bradley gets the screen. Taken away for a brief second. Fauski recovers. Grijalva. KJ Fauski. 14 on the shot clock. The bad pass, and Melbourne takes it away. And there's an injury on the court to Jalen Wallank. Looked like he might have hurt his ankle on the previous play. He's moving gingerly, but he's gutting this one out.
And yeah, now is not the time you come out of the game. He's fought all night long for his Mesquite squad, and he's definitely not going to sit down now.
Wallank shoots it over to Plus. Brock Steele, good one-on-one defense. Wallank, Fauski on him. The steal by Padilla. Padilla racing up the floor. Wildcats get back. The Sentinels Need to get some good screens for their shooters. Fauski long range. That's off the rim. Ripped down by Trotter. And the Wildcats will not hesitate to eat up the clock. Plus, 1 minute left in overtime. Wildcats up 2. Devon Pless shoots it over to Melberg. Pless down in the box. Shoots it over. Bradley long range. Shot won't go. Loose ball. Padilla. And Devon Pless picks up the foul on the reach in. He's got 2. So Padilla will go to the line. And Padilla sold that one well.
And who better than Padilla at the line right now? Trailing 2, 44-4 on the clock. The first shot for Padilla will go.
85% free throw shooter. Luke with 12 points, the team's leading scorer at 14 a game, and knocks them both down. And we're tied at 54.
Wow!
Sentinels not going away. Jalen Rolank up the floor. Grijalva on him. Rolank, 20 on the shot clock. Rolank. Melberg in the corner. Bradley, the right perimeter. Devon Pless in the blocks. Trotter down low. Rolank. And Rolank will shoot a pair. Alejandro with the foul. Rolank at the line. 64% free throw shooter. 11.3 seconds left. Sentinels bench. Loud. Rolank misses the first. And the Sentinels. And now Rolank feeling the pressure. Trying to give Mesquite the lead. Rolank connects on the second. Sentinels will play the final 10 seconds. And Carter Abey calls the timeout. 7 seconds left in overtime. Sentinels down 55-54. And a couple weeks ago, Doc, in the women's game, we saw a thriller between Mesquite and Karen Self's team with Mia DiPuccio knocking the game winner in with 1.5 seconds left. And now is the men's squad with an opportunity to beat the Sentinels at the buzzer as head ref Don Logan comes over. And Don is a man of the people who's called great games throughout the Valley, and a man who calls games fair and keeping the peace.
Balanced.
Absolutely.
We're live
Don.
right now.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I mean, what a game this has been all around on both sides of the ball. But I mean, the tension and pressure in this room right now is palpable. You can feel it. The aura in this room is just unlike anything else you'll experience in sports. And this feels like a playoff game right here. Down to the last buzzer. 7 seconds remain here in this overtime.
And we'll see how Carter Abey plays it out. Grijalva off the inbounds. Kobe Bradley defending him. Rolank, Trotter, Pless on the floor. Calvin Jr., Padilla, 3 seconds. Padilla, and he's blocked by Rolank. And that is going to do it. Mesquite gets the victory, 55-54. Mesquite, 55-54, as Sean Lynch, the head coach, regroups his team. And Sean Lynch regrouping his team and and telling his team to forget about the fan base and shake hands, and they end it in a competitive and a good sportsman-like manner.
Yeah, thriller.
And that's a possession, you know, Luke wish he had over.
Yeah.
Shot it under duress, did not get a screen from anyone, and the Sentinels lose a hard-fought battle. They gave it everything they got. Sentinels Nation should be very proud of this team. And they get a great ovation from the fans here, and rightfully so.
Yeah.
Sentinels a hard-fought loss here on home court.
Definitely one that stings and one that we're going to want to get back, but
Coach Carter Abey, so close of picking up a potential huge win, and walks off disappointed and just like his team, but you can't fault the effort. The squad now 17-8 overall, 3-4 in the Desert Sky, and they are back at it with no time to hold their heads low. They go to Marcos tomorrow. Then it's a tough trip to St. Mary's, and then a home match on the 31st against Arcadia. And Doc, we saw a thriller here today, and the Sentinels, they gave it everything they got, and it came down to one possession, and give credit to Jalen Wallank and Mesquite. They came up with a defensive sequence to deny Seton at the buzzer.
yeah, I mean, everything just went right there in that final sequence for Mesquite and Wallank. What a game he played here tonight. So much hustle and effort from that kid. You have to tip your cap, even though he's on the opposing team. I mean, he absolutely earned it here on the court tonight, and obviously a very good final possession for him, and Padilla, with not much time left on the clock, had to pull something, and Wallank, of course, knew it was coming, and you know, what else can you expect?
Wallank with 9 points. The big thing for me in that possession, what stood paramount, the inbounds, but none of the Seton bigs, no one set a screen for him. So it was basically he was one-on-one, and Wallank D'd him up perfectly.
Yeah.
That left Luke Padilla in dire straits, and then he had to throw the shot up at the buzzer, and Wallank with a big paw on it to knock it away. So as we look at the Sentinels, Julian Garcia led the team with 17 and double-digit rebounds, and Padilla was strong yet again. 13 points in the loss. Miguel Grijalva played a really solid game. 8 points. KJ Fauski, he had 8 points as well. A lot to be proud of from this Sentinels team as they fall short on home court. A great atmosphere. This was, Doc, this basically was a playoff prelude for the Sentinels, because here on out, these are the kind of games they're going to play.
Yep.
Every game is going to be a tight, physical battle. It's going to be not an up and down affair. It's going to be half-court battles, physicality, who can control in the half court, and the Sentinels just fall a little short, but you have to applaud their effort. And once again, they did this without Gio Barone, one of their starters who's out with an upper body injury, suffered in the St. Mary's home loss. So a valiant effort by the team after falling short in a big way at Saguaro earlier in the week. And I think Carter Abey right now, he's having a good conversation with his team, and no question that locker room is hurting right now.
Yeah,
to give
no question.
To give everything they had, and just to fall short in the closing seconds. But as they walk away, realizing if they play this kind of way where everyone contributes, everyone gives heart, effort, and energy, they'll have an opportunity in every game.
Absolutely, and you know, this is one of those games that's going to follow these boys for maybe the rest of their lives, and they can turn that into a good thing. And you know, to be able to look at a game like this, one that you're going to think about years in advance and say, hey, you know what, at the end of the day, We did everything we could. We still came up short. What are you going to do? It's basketball. And they have to set their sights now to their next game, because heading down this final stretch with conference play, they have no footing to give, no ground to slip. And everything needs to be firing on all cylinders once again in their next contest.
And they're back at it tomorrow night. They'll take on Marcos Deniza. Marcos having a tough year, 7-15, 0-7, but they've got a tremendous player. And we saw that young man here just a short time ago. And I'm going to call up their team as we look at their roster. And when we talk about that squad, it's their big man. And of course, they have a slew of offensive talent on that team, but it starts with James Stewart down low. And when he was here last time, he showed his versatility, so good down in the blocks. But they have a slew of really talented young players, and Jameer Walker, DJ Drew, Myrie Drew as well. Shamel Garcia, one of their starters in their starting five. Needs to say, it's not going to be an easy walk in the park kind of game, especially when you're going into their house and when the Sentinels beat them here on home court just a couple weeks ago. And then after that, for the Sentinels, they go on the road. They take on a St. Mary's team that is the class in 4A, and right now is a team that is competing for a higher seed in the open division.
Yep.
And then from there, the Sentinels will close out the regular season right here against an Arcadia team. And as we look at the standings, Arcadia entered the night 4-3 in league, 12-11 overall. And earlier this year, as I go through the schedule for the Sentinels, when we look the last time when the Sentinels played Arcadia, they won there 50-47. So
yep.
That was a tightly contested match, and these are 3 games for the Sentinels, can go either way. And for the Sentinels, they've got to put this one away. Look, the emotions, this one's going to sting. It's going to hurt. But the bottom line, there's 3 more games left, and there's a lot more to play for, Doc. And,
yeah.
You know, how do they go about trying to put this one aside and focus and getting back to work the next day?
Yeah, you know, that all has to come down to their mindset and their mentality, and I'm sure that with the speech Coach Carter Avia is giving them right now, they're already working on brushing this off. And, you know, to be a group like this, where they're so competitive and so driven, they're going to come out tomorrow, and in their warm-ups, they're going to probably have a clean memory.
So tomorrow night, it's the ladies are on the court. Karen Self and the Sentinels had their 9-game winning streak snapped at Mesquite tonight, losing 40-37. They're here tomorrow night taking on Marcos Deniza, and of course the doctor and myself will be back right here tomorrow night from John J. McMahon Gym. We'd like to thank everyone in the Seton Catholic Athletic Office that makes this happen, all the great people that provide the effort and energy behind the scenes, like Paulo Hutchison, the master of the live stream, Jen Hutchison, and all the great people in the Seton Athletic Office, and all the great families out there that support Seton basketball. And that's John, and John will walk in the shot no matter where the camera is.
No.
But we love John. John's a staple here at Seton. And of course, all the great students that provide the energy and love for their fellow classmates, and all the parents that bleed red and support the kids, good, bad, or indifferent. And without them, we couldn't make this happen. Without their love and energy and their support, it wouldn't be the same without that kind of support behind us. That is Adam Perry, Paulo Hutchison on the live stream. I am Joe Pequeno. A heartbreaker here tonight for the Sentinels as they fall short to Mesquite, 55-54. We'll see you here tomorrow night when Karen Self and her team host Marcos Deniza. Take care and have a great evening.